Hi guys. Hi everyone. Hope you could hear me. And if anybody is listening, just drop in a chat over here, saying that you could listen. It'll be great for us to actually have a chat over here, more conversation session rather than just me pitching my product to you guys. And no, thank you so much for the opportunity by SaaS Insider to actually project SaaS Supercharge in the startup spotlight for this annual 2021 session. And this is Hari Praktish, founder and CEO of Supercharge. And what we are building is a productivity suite for the revenue teams. I'll just, without wasting too much of your time, I'll just directly jump into the issues that we are trying to solve. And what we are trying to solve is to save at least 90 to 120 minutes of your day every single day. And that's actually the goal for us. And how we are going to achieve it is a simple question here. How long do you spend every morning, as soon as you come inside the office, how long do you spend scraping through your emails to figure out which one you're going to answer first and which one you're going to answer later and which emails are going to go for the evening? So this is a problem and the dilemma that happens every single time for a salesperson. And I've been doing this for the past 5 years. And every morning, 45 minutes of my day goes on in half an hour scraping through email, 15 minutes planning my email for the rest. And again, there are multiple other factors that can help save me time, from a meeting scheduler that helps me save back and forth emails to a simple short link system that could actually make my emails look better when I'm sending it out, to a quick links, which actually helps me, jump to different tabs without even copying or without going to CRM, then reports, then, India reports or US reports. I could just directly go, SE/reports, and it takes me there. And then there's the agenda management system. So with the high velocity sales that we are doing right now in this market, there's a lot of stakeholders and we don't have enough time to actually coordinate between all the stakeholders. And previously it was much easier because most of them were actually in the office. Now it's a whole different scenario, and the world, we don't know if you're going to go back to full office situation or we'll be in a hybrid situation, but hybrid seems to be the most viable option right now. And at this point of stage, what's going to happen? How are you going to collaborate with the support team, the sales team, and the pre-sales team to put a POC, and how to track the action items for each agenda, like making sure everybody's prepared, making sure that they have a particular task for that, making sure the information is sent back to your CRM or your meeting notes are sent back to the attendees after the meeting. So that is where the agenda management comes into play. And these are the two key solutions that we are doing, which is inbox and agenda management. And one more, additional bonus that we are doing is scheduler. Yeah, just another scheduler, as you could see in this market. But what makes it more interesting is that, okay, Joseph, you said you're not able to hear anything. Can you hear us now? Okay, thank you, Sajid. So I'll continue. So the problem that I've seen, all of us have a meeting scheduler. Everybody knows Calendly, and Calendly has been the same for, has been from the start. I've been using Calendly for 5 years. But the thing what we are trying to do is go one step beyond scheduler, manage all the assignments properly based on your CRM fields, where basically who's the owner for your CRM, and assign the schedule. Customer fills up the form, you pick out the information from your CRM and say who's the owner and show his availability for the calendar so that the meeting is set to the right person. And again, that is not just the problem. The next problem comes in is that how are you going to know which person is actually coming in there? And going one step ahead, what we're trying to do is being ABM ready right with our scheduler. So anybody who's coming from Microsoft.com or Google.com or ZohoCorp.com will actually be routed to the particular person who owns that account from an ABM model. Like if there's a particular outbound person who's reaching out to those people, and this particular email will be assigned to this particular schedule will be assigned to that guy. His calendar will be shown to the person. And all of this happens in runtime, which actually saves you money, which gets you much closer to the customer. We're also given an option where you can customize a response of your scheduler based on the form inputs, which is if it's a dummy account or if it's just a Gmail sign up. Hey, thank you so much for signing up. We'll reach out to you. Automated email, 5 emails in 5 days, bombard them. And the other option comes into play. If it's a high value account, high touch account, give them an option to give a direct call from the website to you. So you're getting on a call with the customer right then and there. Any person available in your end, yeah, he takes up the call. And then the other option, which is simple, anybody who wants to get the meeting scheduled, as I said, maybe a model or your own routing model or based on your CRM's assignment rules, yeah, the meeting will be scheduled to that person. And so the market has grown so big for scheduler that scheduler should no more be just a scheduling part. And this is what we've been doing right now. And I'll continue with the slides. That basically is our product screenshots. I don't want to bore you too much with our presentations, but just give me we worked really hard on putting this presentation so minimal. Just give me your feedback if the design is good or not. And how many people are actually salespeople? The listeners from this side, just tell me if you're from the revenue team, sales, marketing, or support, or customer success. Just put a +1 or say, yes, yeah, we have. Well, that's right. We have a lot of salespeople here, 2 salespeople. So that's great. That's true. Okay. So I'll put up a question for you guys. How long do you spend on every given day? Okay. Scraping through emails to answer that, like as soon as you come inside the office. Just I try to answer this. Wow. Yeah. An hour. That's really wrong, Murali. So, I'll give you a beta access for our solution. Once the inbox is ready, you guys can definitely try it out. So I'll directly jump to the part what I'm trying to build when it comes to the inbox situation. So what we are trying to do is actually categorize your inbox in a Kanban view, which particularly says, okay, here is the active deals. And there's a tag that says how big the deal value is. And then there's leads and contact emails in the next row. And the next row is going to be external emails, which you could respond, and then internal emails, which you could respond last, which is just going to be announcements. So now I could take your scanning part of 60 minutes to actually 15 minutes, because now you know which email you want to respond first, just by going through this Kanban itself. Kanban, list view, and grouping, that's your convenience, because we've seen that Kanban seems to be the most efficient when it comes to segmenting your emails. And this will happen in 2 fronts. So initially we'll have a very minimal interface within our solution itself, so that helps you focus for this, that helps you focus on your email rather than the clunky Gmail look. But if you're very comfortable with your Gmail system, then we are also building a plugin, which will come later after this is part. And this layer plugin that we're going to release will help you do whatever that you're doing in our solution, which is a Kanban separation and list separation for your email segmentation, basically, in your Gmail system itself. So that is our long-term goal when it comes to inbox, and we'll be releasing all of this over the next quarter and the upcoming quarters. So this can actually solve this email part. Like if you actually feel that this is helpful for you, just give me a yes or no. It will give me a good user feedback for me. Guys, thank you, Sai. Thank you. Actually, and the agenda management part is very simple. The agenda is basically one place where multiple people can sit together, work on your particular, agenda, and create checklists there, create a task and assign it to a person, put a deadline so that people are prepared for the meeting. Because I've seen a situation where a lot of people just drop into the meeting since they are in a work at home, relaxed situations. And one more thing is the miscommunication that happens when you're just rely on Slack for all your communications or over phone. So that's where this part comes in. Everything is put clean and clear in templates, well before in advance. Your sales enablement team can actually create a close lost and close one template for you. So when there's something close lost, you know what information to update. They'll just put the questions there. All you have to do is, get the answer from the customer and just update it here. And this information will be pushed to your account in CRM. And on the go CRM updation, I know how you guys hate, because this is a question I'm not even going to ask you guys whether you hate CRM data entry or not, because every one of us as salespeople hate this CRM entry work. And that's the part where I want to jump in. And we have on the go CRM updation, wherein if you just say, just run close loss, you just have to upload this update those 5 informations and click sync. You're sorted out. Those 5 informations will be pushed to your CRM, and your agenda will also be, your meeting notes will also be pushed to your CRM. And there's no more RevOps coming at every month, and asking you to update your information so that they can process your commissions. So And this is I cannot promise you that this will make you love your data entry job, but we are just focusing to make it less clunkier for you, because scraping through 300 fields in your Salesforce or 150, 200 fields in your HubSpot is not an easy task. This can make the data entry much easier for you guys. And we are coming up with multiple smaller solutions beyond agenda management and the meeting automation that I told you, and the inbox, which would basically be much smaller solutions. For example, most of you guys just tell me yes or no here again. Okay, have you got an email from your marketing team asking you to update your email signature? A lot of times. Okay, that's it. So that is a very simple solution that we are building. So once this is out in 60 days, you don't have to work on that. So entire team can actually just drop in a HTML link, and your marketing team can keep updating their, image and the hyperlink for that. Your basic information will be captured from your, settings information that you've added for your signature. Sort it out. Your signature will be updated on runtime. If the marketing wants to change it to a user conference in US now and then to a UK user conference, you're sorted. They're going to do it. You don't have to worry. They'll update the information from the next email onwards. You'll get the new link and the new image. So one problem solved on those lines. Two, the next plugin that we are plugin, I would call this like app spaces, smaller applications that we are creating in a less than 2 week build time. And this also comes from third party people also, like a marketplace and a short URL system. One thing that we've seen as a salesperson is there's more conversion when the link is directly pasted in your email rather than click your hyperlink. But you can't just directly place it. I'm doing this presentation in Canva, and if I have to share this presentation to you from a Canva, it's going to take me 100 plus link, 100 plus characters. Doesn't look good in my email. It's just like 3-4 lines in my mobile, and that doesn't work. That puts my email, even if the content is good, the looks and feel of the email is going to go down the drain. What we are trying to do is create a minimal short URL system so that every time you have a clunkier URL, you could just come here, drop it, create a short link for it, and go forward. And then a small quick links model, which is just an update, which is just the next stage of short links that we've created, is you don't have to, go to your Google Meet or go to your Zoom link every time to open your personal meeting. All you can do is just type, SC, which is Supercharge /Zoom, and you'll be taken to your Zoom link, personal link or whichever link that you created as a preset. That will happen. If you just want to go for, Supercharge SC / for, Jira and the ticket number, yeah, you're going to be taken to that particular Jira ticket. And these are all the applications that we'll be bringing in in the next quarters. So what our focus is, all of this problem is going to solve you 5 minutes a day or 2 minutes a day, 3 minutes a day. If I say short URL, that's going to save, make you look better, and it's going to give you more conversions. If it's a quick links, I'm going to save you a lot of time rather than just opening multiple tabs and reducing the number of clicks specifically. To open a Zoom link, a person has to average make 6 to 7 clicks, and I can make it down to 2 clicks. That's the focus that we are looking into. And collectively put together, we'll be saving you 90 minutes per day by end of this year. And that's our product, and that's what we are focusing to do. If anybody has any questions, you guys can feel free to drop it, and we'll always be available on the booth, or you could just reach out to me on LinkedIn. Anybody wants to come on the stage and have some conversation? Hi, Vipul. So can you just use the join button to the right, and I can put you on stage. Join is right next to the Q&A. So Vipul, have you requested to join the session? Just give me a second. I know I'm not able to actually pull you up to the stage. I've just asked the organizers to come in and help me with that. Yes, guys, I got it. Guys,
Hey, hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, people. How are you?
Good, good. The product roadmap looks interesting, but I just wanted to kind of understand that, this 90 minutes that you're saving, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Uh, every JTM team has different challenges, right? These are some of the core ones, like link tracking and all of that you talked about. Yes, there are different ways that people try to solve it. A lot of times link tracking is automatically into your email system, whatever you're using, like an apollo.io or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So these are like a smaller add-ons to existing services that are there.
Yes.
Right. So would you also be integrating with those services, because this becomes a marketplace kind of a product, which is like, okay, I can be on an Apollo's marketplace, I can be on a Pipedrive's marketplace, I can be on this marketplace as well, right?
Yeah, we are highly marketplace driven, because the problem is I can create a simple URL because, for a company standpoint, not everybody can actually invest in, short URLs. If you want bit.ly, I don't know how many would be able to pay for it. And if your tool has that solution, yeah, it's well and good. And we're just trying to do the same here, wherein give a minimal usage there so that this saves small times and makes things a little bit easier for salespeople. And we always integrate with the bigger players in the market, because we can't give the customization that they are doing. And that is not our primary market. My primary market is agenda management, inbox, and meeting automation.
Okay.
And that is where I'll be diving deep into. Everything else is kind of a plugin model. And what we are creating is the initial set of plugins is something that we'll be creating, like how you have Airtable apps or, Miro plugins that you use. And this is basically those plugin models. And we'll be opening up the open APIs for third-party vendors maybe in a few months, so that they could just create their own applications that can actually save time for you guys.
Okay. Well, see, there are when I look at the product roadmap, I see you're kind of competing with multiple single point solutions, right? So, and having like that one system which is like a super I would say assistant kind of a system, which kind of does multiple things. Like, okay, there were these super assistants which came in between. I don't know whether you know about them, who were like these smart schedulers. So people used to kind of tell that, hey, schedule this meeting, right? So that was there in between. Then there are these link trackers. Inbox management is still a big challenge. Managing inbox, even with so many apps out there, I still feel that managing inbox is still a challenge. And the best thing that works is the filters, the Google filters. Yeah, I would like
because here the problem for people is that, so they have to build a solution. When it comes to inbox, people look at inbox in a way that it needs to work for everybody. It needs to work for the development team. It needs to work for the sales team. It needs to work for the leadership teams. So the problem is when you're focusing on larger markets, you have to create a solution that's common for everybody. I can't go and create a tool, create an inbox that works only, works specifically with CRMs for, and expect this to be used by a marketer, or expect this to be used by a, leadership team, because they are not going to be involved in CRMs a lot. He would prefer to use Superhuman at any point of time, because he doesn't need the segmentation that I'm providing right now. And the requirements is basically for the sales team that we are creating right now. Initially we are targeting the inbound sales teams and account managers, and then we are making it more accessible for other tools such as outreach and outreach and sales talk, so that outbound teams can also use it, because they also have the segmentations and which accounts that I'm tracking, and which are the high value accounts that we've actually received emails from. And then we'll be expanding to customer success, because even there we see a lot of overlap, because even there you have high value accounts, you have low value accounts, and where where am I getting emails? Am I getting emails from accounts that are on the verge of churn? All the account that has a lower score. So these are the points that overlaps. So this segmentation is something that works. You can simply use the segmentation that's been from the fields that's being provided by Gainsight or Outreach or Salesloft or Salesforce. And this is the market that we are trying to capture. And then the marketing and support, they could use the additional features that'll be very helpful for them, basically the agenda part. And that is not a core feature. Our core market is basically salespeople and customer success. That's all.
Yeah, I got the like the ICP and the buyer persona definitely, and I see that alignment is there. I would love to try out a few apps that you would be like beta launching just to kind of try it out, just to understand.
Yes, people, definitely. I'll take you off stage now because Vinod and yeah. Cool. Thank you. I'll reach out to you after the event. Okay, we'll definitely give you. We are already in beta. Yeah. I'll give you access today. Okay?
Sure.
Bye. Hey Vinod, can you see the access to join? Sorry. Saurav and Jared, I've given you access. So if you guys want to drop into the stage, you can come in anytime. We still have 3 or 4 more minutes where we can have a conversation. Okay, sorry, I'm just dropping into the Q&A in a crowded. Okay, so Joseph, is this for our session? Because we have multiple sessions going on. What is the strategy to move from beta to live product? Okay. Joseph, so what I would say is, so one is that don't go highly MVP when it's kind of a well-known market. For example, if it's a scheduler and people already understand scheduling, and there I would say your beta is basically the product by itself. And so that's the approach that we've taken, because we are a micro SaaS, and micro SaaS has only a limited time frame to develop the solutions. I have in the next 2 to 3 quarters to actually make my MVP into a complete product. And that is the timeline. And the timeline that we are focusing is within the next 6 months, we need to have all our features ready. After that, it is just going to be enhancement. So that has basically been by my, beta to product conversions. And from the customer standpoint, one thing that I've done is we started selling from February itself. Okay, I started reaching out people. I started taking surveys around salespeople to see what, would they be happy to try out, if another alternative is given to them. And we already had the first user research while creating the product. And now the user research was, are you ready to convert? And what price would you like to be converted for to our solution? So that is the long survey that we took. And I took like few, 1-2 months to actually do that. And that gave me a lot of leads. And those are the early stage customers that I'm using right now. And the next part is when I'm moving from beta to live, one thing that we've done on purpose is that not to release all the features at the same time. We've given everything for free for customers right now. We are not charging them anything, but we are releasing all the features one by one. So even agenda management, currently what you could use is like a personal agenda management. We've not released a collaboration feature yet. So the collaboration will come out in 2-3 weeks, and then the task management, then the CRM updation part for that. So all of this will be released in batches, so that we understand which one is breaking and where we are seeing smaller bugs, and we can perfect them within the next quarter. So that is from a product standpoint and from a GTM standpoint, that has been our beta to product stage. So yeah, guys, I think we are done. So thank you so much for stopping by. Do stop on our expo. There's a booth. If you have, if you're interested to try out the product, do give us a feedback, and just register interest in the booth so that we can reach out to you and we can